Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, well, it's finally happened. Halo 3 ODST has finally come to MCC PC. Although at the moment it's actually on the MCC Insider on PC, so it's this Insider flies more like a beta, so it's more of a preview, and naturally there might still be some rough edges here and there, so not everything in here will be like the final version when it finally releases on the regular version of MCC. But for this video, we'll be taking a look at all the new stuff that's coming to ODST on MCC PC. So this particular Insider flight actually comes with quite a lot of stuff in it. It's not just ODST stuff. It also comes with quite a few Halo 3 things, actually, including stuff like hit registration fixes and new skins and stuff. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But for now, you know, the biggest thing that everybody's been anticipating is, of course, Firefight. And ODST Firefight has always been like a dream that a lot of people have had, and it's never come to MCC until now. And it didn't just come to MCC, it came to MCC with a lot of like big improvements to it too, and new features like custom Firefight settings, which was never possible in the original version. But we'll take a look at all that in a little bit. So let's start off with customization stuff and the new Halo 3 unlocks in Season 3. So a lot of this stuff is mostly new visor colors for Halo 3, and you know that's basically the only new customization added for armors in Halo 3. Aside from that, there's a few new skins like for magnums, assault rifles, and battle rifles, and the rest are Firefight characters, with Sergeant Johnson being the final unlock character for Firefight. I know a lot of people were concerned that Johnson wasn't going to be added into ODST for some reason. I'm not sure like why people thought it wouldn't be, but he was added, and yeah, you know, he's the last unlock for Season 3, so make sure to save up any season points you have now if you want to try to get a head start on Johnson. But aside from that, the other stuff, like I said, was new weapon skins for Halo 3. There's only 3 weapons, though, that you can use weapon skins on, and each weapon only has a handful of skins. So not as many new skins and stuff for Halo 3 compared to Halo 1, but it's still a lot of cool stuff, actually. There's no gold skin for the BR for some reason, but there is for the other 2 weapons. But anyways, there's also new nameplates that are also unlockable in Season 3. So some of these, I don't remember which season they were from, but most of these should be from Season 3. So let's quickly take a look at all of them. So a lot of these are ODST related, not surprising. So it's some pretty cool new nameplates you can unlock there. But aside from that, the next thing is campaign. So campaign is technically not part of this flight, so to speak. As in, if you go to the campaign menu, you can't actually start individual missions, but you can get into campaign missions through the playlist menu. And through that, you have a handful of campaign missions that you can access. So there's that, and you'll be able to test those missions as well. But, you know, of course, I'm sure they had their reasons for just doing playlists only for now. But when the full game comes out, you'll definitely be able to do all the campaign missions, whatever you want. So, yeah, this is campaign. It works great. I haven't really noticed any outright issues with it so far. But of course, if anybody has any issues with it, definitely feel free to post in the comments below, or definitely report it to 343 as well, so it can be fixed before the final game comes out. But yeah, so that's campaign. Next is Firefight, the moment you've all been waiting for, really. So let's take a look at, aside from, you know, ODST Firefight matchmaking, let's take a look at all the custom game settings for Firefight. So you have a lot of cool stuff now. Like you could set your health, your shields. Well, not shields, but actually they should probably rename that, because you technically don't have shields in ODST. But anyways, you could set all that stuff. You can set your damage modifier. You can actually set your starting weapons too. And best of all, they also added new weapons into ODST Firefight. Originally, like the Halo 3 BR was not an available weapon in this, but actually, the BR technically didn't even exist in ODST except for that one cutscene, but now the BR is a usable weapon in this. Aside from that, you can also customize player movement speed, player gravity, what vehicles you can use. And speaking of vehicles, they also added a really cool new thing as well. As in, they added new vehicles like the AA Wraith. They made that drivable, just like how they added it in Forge and Halo 3. you could spawn the AA Wraith and drive it just fine. Now you could spawn the AA Wraith in this as well. But aside from the AA Wraith, they also added flying vehicles like the Hornet. Well, only the Hornet, I believe. And yeah, that's pretty awesome, because the Hornet was never in Halo 3 ODST either, but now it is. And well, you could drive the Hornet just fine, and I will show you that once we load it up. Aside from that, there's also like new loading screens for each of the Firefight missions, new maps and everything. Not surprising, but just pretty nice addition there. So here we are in the custom Firefight setting game that I just made. And yeah, you can see we're moving at super fast speed. We could jump a lot higher. There's the Hornet. I'll show you what it's like in a little bit. And this is the battle rifle. The battle rifle is fully functioning, has sound and everything. Everything's pretty much great about the battle rifle in this version. And even though I have instant kill set right now, the battle rifle is actually really powerful in ODST Firefight. It was never in the original game, but now that it's been added, it actually does change it a lot, more than you'd expect. It's a really great weapon, and I can imagine like pretty much everybody's going to want to use the battle rifle now in Firefight, because it's kind of like a power weapon actually in this case. But yeah, so next we got the Hornet. The Hornet, again, just like the battle rifle, works perfectly fine in ODST. You know, the missiles lock on and everything. It's got a machine gun, and this is like the more powerful version of the Hornet, not like the transport Hornet on map Avalanche in Halo 3. So yeah, it's a full, really powerful Hornet, and like all this, obviously like this is just custom settings, but this really makes like a lot of Firefight missions really easy, because well, the Hornet is just like so powerful, and you were never really meant to have air vehicles in Firefight, so you're pretty much unstoppable in a Hornet for the most part, even on higher difficulties. But again, that's just something you use in custom Firefight. You don't have to, so if anybody says like it kind of ruins the game, it really doesn't. It's just optional. So yeah, just want to point that out. So now we'll move on to the rest of the content. Technically not all ODST stuff, like I said. There's new Halo 3 stuff, including hit registration fixes. But I want to take a look at the weapon skins first in Forge. So, like I said, only 3 weapons actually got weapon skins in Halo 3. And that is the Assault Rifle, which you can see I'm using a gold skin right now. The Battle Rifle never had a gold skin, so I used a different skin. This is actually a really cool one. I actually like it a lot. But yeah, so no gold skin for the Battle Rifle. And finally, the Magnum. You can have gold skin on this. You can have a golden gun, just like from all the old 007 games from way back. But yeah, so that's what the skins look like in gameplay. They actually look pretty nice, and there's definitely a lot of other skins that you can try if you want, but those are the ones I just decided to try now. So the next thing is new weapons have been added to Halo 3, and they are weapons from ODST, such as the Silenced SMG, the Automag, which is basically the Silenced Pistol, and the Brute Plasma Rifle. Now, these weapons aren't just straight up ported over from ODST. Most of them had some changes made to them, which I'll discuss in a second. But let's take a look at them. So first is the Silenced SMG. It works and sounds just like it does in ODST, but now it's in Halo 3. And I gotta admit, a lot of these weapons look a little bit different to me actually in Halo 3's lighting system. I actually kind of noticed details I never noticed before, because Halo 3 is a lot brighter, especially on maps like Sandtrap. But yeah, so Silenced SMG works perfectly fine. It's almost the same, I believe. Next we have the Automag. This weapon is quite interesting. A lot has been changed about it. I think the scope's a little bit different actually compared to ODST, but the fire rate has been reduced a lot. But in exchange for a lower fire rate, you also have a 100% accurate pistol. You can see when I'm just like spamming the shots now, and your shots are pretty much 100% accurate. So it's almost like a Halo 1 pistol actually. So that's a pretty interesting weapon there. Next is the Brute Plasma Rifle. Now, ODST did have one as well, but this is not like the ODST Brute Plasma Rifle. This is actually a lot closer to the Halo 2 Brute Plasma Rifle, as in higher rate of fire and higher rate of overheat. I think it does a little bit more damage too. Actually, yeah, it should. But you can also dual wield it, unlike an ODST. So that's pretty cool. But, you know, like I said, it still has a faster fire rate and overheats a lot quicker. But it's a pretty cool new weapon, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these new ODST weapons fit into Halo 3 custom games or even matchmaking. Because like, you know, this is the first time we've actually got like totally brand new weapons in Halo 3. We've had like, you know, stuff from campaign like vehicles and stuff added into Forge, with like the, when Halo 3 came to PC, but we never had like outright brand new stuff added until now. So it's pretty cool. And the last thing that you can access in this Insider Flight is Theater Mode, of course. Theater Mode does work perfectly fine with ODST, both Campaign and Firefight. Again, I haven't noticed any outright issues with this version either. But yeah, everything is great. So that's basically all of the new features that have been added to Halo 3 ODST and MCC PC, as well as regular Halo 3 as well, so far. Like I said, this is just an Insider Flight, so there might still be more stuff added later on, or things fixed here and there. So definitely, that would definitely be cool to see what the final game looks like. But for now, I'd say ODST is in a pretty great state. Everything feels pretty great about it. So definitely can't wait to see the final version of it. But yeah, so hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, make sure to leave a like as always. Anything else you want to check out or look into, just let me know in the comments below. And other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!